Hello, my correct obedience and lovers of democracy all over the world. I always salute to una good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where and when you go to watch this my video. Una sister just a laugh. Hey, welcome back. Cool down talk. See, no be today we don dey do election for Nigeria, and no be today they don dey snatch person mandate. They don dey snatch person mandate. I don't know why Baba won't call different like this. Guys, make I let you know watch this video. Court for America, lawyers for America. They don't reply, no be better gist. Now those article they did go bottom pot. You sure guys man let you know watch this video. Another thing, Niger what they see where they do cool the other day, then get sense, forget that. When you see young people we get brain, don't joke with them. When I know say they don't appoint new prime minister to deal with the economic situation of the country, aspect of the country, and then the president will be military, go take care of security and other things. This is working. Like now what we need for Africa. Guys, more than watch this video, I mean snatch this video and share it. Make others see, drop your comments. You don't set.
There is a rumor flying around that the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal judgment will be delivered this week. I can say with over 98% assurance that that is not true. The next thing we are going to hear from the judges, as a matter of fact, is the date of the judgment, not the judgment itself. So that is it about that. Now, let's go straight to the day's business. I made a video this morning where I told you that further investigation has been launched into Tinubu's certificate forgery case. This time around, Atiku filed a suit in the US, and the lawyers working for Atiku in the US have come out to say that they are shocked at the way Tinubu is behaving. They said the desperation he has shown in trying to prevent Chicago State University from releasing transcripts and other academic records related to Bola Tinubu shows that he has something to hide. No be me they talk am again no. Now lawyers for US, now them they talk this one. But before I show you how they said it, let me quickly tell you that the military junta in Niger Republic have shocked the world. They appointed today a civilian prime minister to work with them. You know, people thought that they were just foolish military people that took over power, said they will come they do gra. But they have a plan. They appointed a brilliant civilian to work with. Look at how the papers reported it. Niger coup plotters named ex-cabinet member as prime minister. Nearly 2 weeks after the military took over power in Niger, the coup plotters have named former economy minister Ali Mahaman Lamin Zain as the country's new prime minister. A spokesman for the military junta made the announcement on television late Monday night. Mr. Lamin Zain was formerly the Minister of Economy and Finance for several years in the cabinet of then-President Mahmoud Tanja, ousted in 2010. And most recently, he worked as an economist for the African Development Bank in Chad, according to a Nigerian media report. So no be mumu they appoint. They appointed a brilliant man. People come they support them. And this is a wake-up call to other democracies in Africa. If you are not able to give the people what they want, they will look for alternatives. Alright, now let's get to the issue of what the lawyers in the United States said about Tinubu trying so hard to make sure that the academic records of a certain Bola Tinubu that finished from Chicago State University is not released. Look at how the papers reported it. A team of United States attorneys say they are highly puzzled by President Bola Tinubu's desperate antics to slow-walk legal proceedings and his fierce opposition to releasing his academic records. Presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar's lawyers are asking a federal court to issue a subpoena for Chicago State University to release Mr. Tinubu's school records. But the Nigerian leader is fighting tooth and nail to block the application. According to Mrs. Angela, Mr. Tinubu, president of Africa's largest economy, should have been keen to clear up any inconsistencies in his academic achievements and set the record straight by allowing the expedition of the legal process. she stressed that Mr. Tinubu's adamant refusal to grant them access to his school records has only fueled suspicions and suggested that he has something to conceal. In candor, the vehemence of Mr. Tinubu's opposition to this discovery is increasing rather than mitigating our suspicions, Mrs. Angela asserted. The attorney representing Mr. Abubakar further noted how Mr. Tinubu was frustrating and stalling the entire judicial process. Mr. Abubakar is optimistic that the academic records will support his case against Mr. Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to prove that the recently sworn-in president may have falsified his credentials and should be disqualified. You heard the papers. So it is not only in Nigeria here that Tinubu is frustrating judicial process. Even in America, him and the legal team don't go there now to go and frustrate judicial process. But the good news is, in the US, the level of transparency, even though themselves, their hands not too clean, but the level of transparency is far ahead of our own in Nigeria. So the truth of this matter go come to light, whether anybody likes it or not. And this is it. This is how people with fake certificates up and down, you go to state governors, fake certificates. You go to Senate, you see them with fake certificates. We have seen ministerial screenings, people being screened who cannot even clearly explain how they graduated from primary school to secondary school to universities. The age conflicting and all that. And this is what APC people specialize at. Forgery, corrupt practices. That is why Olusegun Aganga, while speaking on Arise some hours ago, he said there is no democracy in Nigeria. And it is because of people like this, we don't have Democrats. What we have are fraudsters who come in to enrich themselves. In fact, Olusegun Aganga, in this interview, said the same thing that His Excellency Peter Obi has been saying, and the same thing he said all through his campaign. Listen to this interview.
Democracy is important, and that's why all countries adopt it, but you have to adopt it in a way that it works for your country. At the moment, when you define democracy, democracy is supposed to be a government of the people, by the people, for the people. I ask you, is it the way we practice democracy today? Would you confidently say it's a government by the people, for the people, of the people? And the answer is no. And the reason why the answer is no is because our political system, the way it's run today, does not attract some of the best people in the society. Secondly, they are run as platforms. There's no ideology. There's no internal democracy is weak. That's not a problem. So once you identify the problem, you are 70–80% there. So what we need to do is strengthen our democratic institutions that support democracy, like the political parties. It's important that political party financing is very clear. It's important that there's internal democracy. It's important that they attract the best people. But more importantly, it's important that people go into business to serve, and that politics is not a route for generating wealth. If you're looking for wealth, you need to go to the private sector. But you want to serve your country with so much pride and your people, then politics is the right route for you. And that's the sort of training, understanding we need to have as a people.
You heard him, and that was Olusegun Aganga there, former Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment. And he's saying the same thing that His Excellency Peter Obi has been saying. The only way to make Nigeria great again is when politicians go there to serve, not to go there and enrich themselves like these APC people. Olusegun Aganga, that man visited 68 countries marketing Nigeria, and a lot worked under the Goodluck administration. With him, Nigeria's economy really had a boom then, before Buhari and APC came and destroyed everything. And Tinubu has taken over to continue the destruction. And the people are saying, all eyes on the judiciary. Don't watch your country go down like this. There is a case before you, and more than enough evidence have been tendered. Rule, pass your judgment according to the dictates of the Constitution and according to the electoral laws. Nobody is begging you for a favor. We are saying, just do the right thing. Obey your calling and don't let the people down. And we eagerly anticipate the day when you go pass this judgment for the good of those of us who dey this country now.